That was my fire hose presentation. So I hope people stayed with me, but we got it all out there, and
It was great.
yeah, thank you. Thanks, Tony. All right, so I got a question. Anthony asks, how long do you run a 50% off coupon for? Great question. So the longest I've ever run a 50% off coupon was 2 years. It was a product that we were launching. It was a consumable, and we literally ran a 50% off coupon until we had 1,000 reviews, 100 sales per day, or 1,000 subscribers. Those are kind of our three metrics that we look at when we launch a product: is 1,000 reviews, 100 sales per day, or 1,000 subscribers. And once we get to one of those numbers, we usually take that 50% off coupon. So we actually use this strategy to launch products as well. It's not just used up to a Prime Day or a Black Friday. But if you're doing it specifically for a Black Friday, 1 to 4 weeks, whatever you're comfortable with. The longer, the more juice you're going to get from it. And so I recommend pushing it more. But it's all up to it's all up to you. All right. So Earson says, great presentation. Thank you. When you run 50% off campaigns on Google and Facebook, where do you provide the coupon, or do you send that traffic to the listing that has a 50% off coupon? Great question. So the listing has the coupon, and it's not a promotional code. It is a coupon. So they click the button and it's right under it. It also helps when people are searching because it gives your listing a banner, and it will have like a green banner. Let me actually just, I'll just share my screen and show it to you guys. Let's see, Infinite Mirror coming. I got to think of, we don't have a lot of coupons on right now just because our products are so out of stock. Not out of stock, but running low. So you can see the $2 off coupon, the 30% off coupon. So you can see these coupons on here, and the coupons, when they land on the listing, are right here. So you just click it. And the cool thing is Amazon actually defaults to subscribe and save, but then they can still click over to one-time purchase and click the coupon as well. So that's the coupon that we're using for that. Great question. All right. Oh boy. Let me catch back up. All right. Elvira says, with your Google keywords you target, do you use exact match, broad, or phrase, or do you limit the number of keywords per campaign? So the fewer the keywords in a campaign, the better, because then you can target the exact ad to whatever that keyword is. So exact ad to keyword. You can really get a good correlation with it. I use all three: exact, broad, and phrase with all of them. I didn't show that just for time, but exact, broad, and phrase, I use all three of them in the same campaign. But the more granular you get on a campaign level, the better the results. But again, I'm just going for volume. This is a completely volume play, and it works so incredibly well for volume. That's the goal of this, is volume. Hope that answered your question. More for launching and relaunching. Yeah, so Anthony, for launching and relaunching, just watch your ranks. So have the coupon on there, watch your ranks. And once you get to the ranking that you want to be at, or the sales per day that you want to be at, then you can take it off. Just have the goal. Make sure you know the end goal before you set the coupon on. Ours, like I said, 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 reviews, or 100 sales per day, whichever one comes first. Could you use Amazon attribution canonical URL to use in other funnels like ManyChat? Yeah. If so, how's the ranking power of it? It's great. So I could make this presentation the 15 building. I could make it the 15 steps to building a moat around your castle. And you could add ManyChat funnels from EasyBot. You can add ManyChat funnels from, or not ManyChat, but Facebook Messenger funnels from EasyBot. You could add Taboola advertising. You could add Google Display Network advertising. You could add pop-ups on other people's websites for advertising. You could add QR codes from your product inserts to this. So there's so many opportunities to just push external traffic. And the more external traffic you push, the better. There are editorial writing services where you can hire people to write articles for you, and your product will be in those articles. So you're just trying to push more traffic. I just went over a couple sources. My goal in my business is I try to add a new advertising channel every, not quarter, but every biannually. So we usually eliminate the lowest, the worst converting or the worst traffic channel, advertising channel, and then we'll add a new one. And we do that all the time because we always want to keep pushing what's working and adding stuff that's working, and then getting rid of the stuff that's not, and putting that budget and time and resources to another one. Have you seen offering such a large discount has hurt your organic rank or not helped it? I have not, but I don't see why it would. But the goal is it increases your conversion rate. An increased conversion leads to better organic rank. Amazon wants pretty much one thing only. They want sales. And so they want to show the product that makes more sales. So a better conversion rate is going to lead to more sales for Amazon. Don't think of it from your perspective. Think of it from Amazon. Amazon wants to show the product that makes more sales, higher conversion rate. So if you have a big coupon on it, it's going to convert better as a result, pushing your conversion rate higher, pushing you up in the rankings higher. All right. Polly drives great presentation. Thank you, Polly. When running the blog articles, do you have an exit intent pop-up to collect email addresses as well? So that's how we built our list, is we had an exit intent pop-up. If you go to my blog right now, it's actually talks about a sale that we're running. If you buy our eye cream, you get our face wash and our eyelid cleanser for free. And it's actually a $40 value, so it's pretty good. That one's actually for our website. But we're not allowed to give away our dry eye book. So my wife and I wrote a dry eye book, and if you put your email address in, you got a free dry eye book. It's called Rethinking Dry Eye Treatment, and you got the digital copy of that for free. So that's how we were starting to build our audience to about 50 to 100 per day, is because we were driving about 3,000 to 4,000 visitors per day to our blog. And so we don't have the dry eye book pop up right now, but we still are getting about 20 to 30 new emails a day. Long story about that. FDA got involved, not fun, but we had to decrease our blog posts. Do you increase your price at all to make up for some of that large coupon? Yes, I do. So to give you guys an example again, don't be afraid to increase your price. If you're building a brand, your price should not matter. And I'm going to show you this with one of our keywords, eyelid wipes. This is one of our brands. This is one of our brands, MediViz. Our competition is selling 30 counts for $10, 32 for $16, 30 count for $23. This is a 90 count for $21. We're highly rated, but you can see we're not even organically up there. We're Pro 4 or whatever, and we're 30 for 30 and 30 for 25. So we are triple the price of our competition, but that coupon helps to bring it down. We actually aren't running a coupon because these are running low in stock. There's a global shortage in one of our ingredients, but the coupon helps to beat out these people because they see the $10 and they see the 30, and they're similar products, but of course I think ours are better. But yeah, we've raised our prices quite a bit to accommodate that coupon because people love coupons. It's human psychology. They just love to save. Let's see, target all through match price. And I do have two of my team members, Jordan and Adam, in the chat too. So you'll see them popping in. Can you send Google traffic to Amazon storefront versus the listing? I did not see an Amazon attribution option to the storefront. You can send it to any link that you want. When you're creating your attribution link, you can put your link in there that you want to send them to. So it can be a storefront link. It can be a two-step link if that's what you're still doing. It can be a canonical. It doesn't have to be a canonical. It can just be a regular URL. You can pretty much do any that you want. And you can even send it to a landing page and send the landing page over to it too. Patrick, hey Travis, great presentation. Thank you, Patrick. Why do you suggest one Google campaign per week? Why not one per day? Hey, if you have the capacity to do one per day, go for it, because don't burn yourself out. That's the key thing. I try to make all my action items whenever I talk or on my YouTube channel to be very, very simple and doable, because you don't want to do something that will burn you out very quickly. So if you want to do one per day, you go for one per day. More power to you. You're going to dominate your competition by doing that. Just make sure you have the system in place to monitor it. Like I said, I have a team member that goes in once a week, and she puts all the stats in for me so I can analyze them on Wednesday morning with my marketing, the person that runs marketing for my company. And so I'm not the one creating these all the time. I do sometimes get in there and dig, but I'm not the one creating these all the time. I'm the one that's analyzing it and going over it with the person that's making the changes and everything. Same thing with our agency and Profitable Pineapple Ads. We have somebody on our team that's creating these for our clients, and he's going in and doing all the reporting And then on our weekly meeting, we go over it together to see what kind of things we need to do. But they become to the point that they're efficient enough that we don't even need to go over them anymore because they're so comfortable in doing them. We're not quite there with this strategy yet in the agency. We're doing it a lot, but I'm still overseeing a lot of it just because it's such a unique strategy that not a lot of people are doing. So that's why we don't share it too often. So how many keywords should be in one ad group? More the merrier. So you're going for volume, but you can get very granular. So the dry eye and blepharitis example I gave in the presentation, I would recommend separating those out. So dry eye being one ad group, blepharitis being another ad group, because then you can target your ads around dry eye or blepharitis. So the more you're thinking like the consumer. So if the consumer's typing in blepharitis treatment and your ad is dry eye treatment, it doesn't match with them. But if you have blepharitis treatment in your ad, targeting blepharitis treatment, you're going to type that in and it's going to be like, wow, they read my mind. And they're going to click it more often than not. And some of these ads can get a high click-through rate. I'm talking 10 to 12%. And so it's a really good click-through rate. And then when do you classify a campaign not working? After how many days or dollars spent? Dollars spent. It's usually the clicks. So if you've sent 100 to 200 clicks and you haven't got a conversion, that's really low. But like I said, a 3% conversion rate is great for these. So having, like, I have a campaign that's running right now. I had 300 clicks with no sales. It's done. We killed it. So usually if you have a lot of clicks and your conversion rate's super low or zero, maybe turn it off or look into changing it. All right, Andrew asks, what's the benefit of sending traffic to a blog post first instead of straight to Amazon listing? Both have their advantages. So we do both. So we send Google to Amazon, Facebook to Amazon, Google to a blog post to Amazon, Facebook to a blog post to Amazon. We do all of those. And the advantage of sending it to a blog post first is that you can warm them up. It's a bridge page. You can warm them up. You can collect their email address. You can get them on a pixel audience list, a little easier or a little harder now with the iOS updates, but you can still get them on that. All right, Kara, when you create your bundle, do you send stock to FBA or are you using any software to fulfill seller orders automatically? We fulfill those FBM. So fulfillment by merchant for our 3, 6, and 12 pack. We do not send those into FBA unless they start to take off, like 10 a day or more. We'll then start making the bundles and sending them into FBA. But we do FBM and we do free shipping. And so free shipping with FBM, and then our warehouse that does our Shopify orders sends those for us. And so we get around 40 orders a day on our website, and we probably get close to 40 orders of FBM orders a day. And so it keeps the warehouse busy, and a lot of people buy those bundles. Rob says, hi, Travis, great presentation. Thank you, Rob. Have you tried this technique to Amazon storefronts? I just addressed that earlier. I don't do much with the storefronts. We have a storefront, but I haven't tried it with storefronts. I just like to go direct to the listing. And Jacob says, sorry, but I didn't understand how I am getting from Amazon link to put on from the Amazon link. Jacob, maybe rephrase your question. I didn't understand how I am getting from Amazon the link to put on. Oh, I gotcha. It's Amazon attribution. Let me show you that real quick. It's super easy. So Amazon attribution is in your campaign manager. So this is just my campaign manager right here. This is my personal account, so that's why I'm showing you guys. So if we're in Amazon Campaign Manager, you come down here, measuring, Amazon attribution, and then create campaign. It's right in here. Patrick, when you protect your castle, can you also use virtual bundles and run those ads, or do you actually have to create 2-pack, 3-packs to send them to FBA? Yes, Patrick, you can do all of them. So virtual bundles, 2-packs, 3-packs, 6-packs. And then we don't send those into FBA. Like I stated earlier, we do FBM. But virtual bundles are another great way that you can do that. But with virtual bundles, you cannot make a multi-pack variation. So you can't make a 3-pack, a 6-pack. It has to be like this product with this product and this product with that product. So making all those multi-pack variations seems very expensive to do just to take up ad space around your product. Do you get a lot of sales from the multi-packs as well? The 6-pack that I showed you guys, we get 1 sale a day on that. And so 1 sale, I think the price is around $150, and the margin's just absurd. It's just crazy absurd how good the margin is. So it makes it well worth it because you're increasing your average order value, you're increasing your lifetime value, you're increasing everyone, you're taking them off the market for 6 months. So they're not going to go back and maybe buy your competitors' products. So it's not expensive at all to do because at our warehouse, they're just sitting there in single packs. And then what happens is when the warehouse gets an order for the 6-pack, they just pull 6 single packs off the shelf, pack them together. So they're not bundled up together. In terms of PPC strategy, Polly asks, do you know the best way to get featured in the highly rated news section on Amazon? Like I showed you, I don't know. I'm thinking that one's lucky, but editorial placements is becoming really big right now. And there's agencies that do that. They have relationships with the influencers on Amazon. So Amazon has an Amazon Associates program, and people build their whole life around building up their Amazon Associates account, which is their affiliate program. And they're writing blogs on the Amazon platform. Then those blogs show up as editorial recommendations. And so there's agencies that are the middleman between them, whereas then you hire the agency to do all the work for you, to hire the influencer to write an article about your product. So that's what we're doing for editorial recommendations. And it seems to be working. We haven't got a lot of traction with it yet, so we're still writing our initial articles. How can we get the tracking sheet that we offered? Let me get the link for that. You can also go to the bonus page, profitablepineapple.com/bonus. All right, tracking sheet going in the messages now. Oh, let me actually, tracking sheet. And then just hit file and make a copy on there. Now I got to find out where I left off. Okay. At Anthony, we run it for 90 days and then renew every 90 days. Yep. So coupons expire after 90 days, then we renew it if we're going to keep going. Can I share my YouTube channel? I think Adam did for me. It's called PPC Pros by Profitable Pineapple. That is consonants right there. If you remember your English days, consonants, PPC Pros by Profitable Pineapple. But yeah, and then we have a Facebook group as well, Amazon PPC Pros. So you can go check us out there. And we release usually a video every 2 weeks or so. And I just did a great interview yesterday with Joe Valley about exiting your business. And they're a sponsor, Quiet Light is. Does your agency run these tactics for clients? It's a great question, Rob. We do for our clients. So we don't do it individually. We do it for our clients. And I think it's more worth it if you'd hire us for everything because it's a lot less expensive. If we were to run something like this just for you, it might be a little out of budget. We've never considered it. We just run it for our clients and that's it. But yeah, feel free to reach out to Jordan, me, or Adam. They're all in the chat. But yeah, feel free to reach out to me. I'll put my email down there. I think my email is somewhere in here already. Pineapple.com. All right. Access the free course. Thank you, Jordan. You need these glasses? These are our old blue blockers. We don't sell them anymore, unfortunately. And I have them in multicolors. So we'll change colors here for the rest of the presentation. These are my yellow ones. But we had them in orange, yellow, pink, blue, black. Thinking about bringing them back. We'll see. Thanks for putting the blog in there. Let's see. Where was I? Does your agency run? Oh, man. Just messed up the chat. Okay. So Eric asks, hey, Travis, you blew my mind with your presentation. Thank you. And your shirt. Brad, you can come on if you want. Okay, I'll continue to do this. You blew my mind with your presentation and your shirt. It's all pineapples all the time. Would you mind giving us a link to a few of your articles for inspiration and guidance? Cheers from Portugal. Well, thank you for the shout out from Portugal. Adam, right below your comment and your question, put our link to the blog so you can check this out. Now, this doesn't just work for Amazon PPC. This is the exact strategy that we used for building our agency. So we were going after the low-hanging fruit around the Amazon PPC space to get people on our blog to learn PPC strategies and follow our YouTube channel. And again, we did one a week or one a month. And it just kind of built the snowball effect of traffic to our website that we then retargeted with more videos about education. And we give everything we do away for free. Everything we do in the agency is pretty much out there for free. And you'll learn our exact tactics, our exact SOPs. And we just kind of built this resource by just doing one a day. And now we spend maybe $100 a week on advertising because the snowball effect has been so great and the SEO has kicked in. And so we're now averaging about, I want to say 3 to 5 leads a day in the agency, but these are Amazon sellers. And so a lot higher volume or a lot higher value of a client. So this isn't something that you can just do for your Amazon business. You can do it for an agency as well. So if any Amazon PPC agencies are out there listening, don't take my advice, but that's how we built the agency as well. We use this exact same strategy. Free course is right there. Nothing comes up. Click through URL. Jacob, which URL are you talking about? It's blank. Are you aggregating clients spend and running DSP with less than 35,000? Yes, we do run DSP for clients. We recommend about a $5,000 minimum a month spend to make it worth it for you. But yeah, we do DSP for clients as well. So we run your PPC. That's our bread and butter. DSP is great depending on your product. But the good thing is you can test out DSP for $5,000 a month versus the 35,000 that if you went through Amazon. So we do have our DSP seat as well. By publisher, I selected Google AdWords. By channel, I had only the option search. Yeah, so click search and then put your URL. I'll go through that again here. Let's go back over here. I think you're having trouble with attribution right here. So when you click create campaign, create manually, we're just gonna do test, and then we're gonna do add all on page. Ad group, so test. When you click Google, AdWords, search, that's all you want. And then just put your URL right here. Once that's in there, so the click-through URL is blank because that's the URL you get to pick. So pick whatever URL you want. I use Canonicals. You can use 2-steps if that's your thing, or Storefront, and then you hit create. Let's see. I will put my Facebook group in there. Okay, that is now in the chat. All right. John says, great presentation. Thank you, John. Assuming you have no stock out issues, are you running Google Facebook ads continually with that 50% discount or until you get the desired rank? Continually, yes, but we lower the discount. So if 50%, we're using it to derive rankings and sales. Once we get to the rank that we want, we'll then lower it to like $1 or $2. And we'll run the same ad. It doesn't convert as well, of course, but it still converts really well because it's still a coupon. And so people love it. So let me show you an example of that as well. So looking at our tracking, you can see right here, this is one that we paused because of stock issues. And so we actually are trying to halt the progression of this. And again, this is our actual sheet. So you can see in Q4, we only got a 1.17 ROAS. So it was a lot of learning for that. So we spent 8,400 to make 9,000. And then so far in Q1, we've spent 3,000 to make 6,000. So we've almost doubled our ROAS already just by, kind of optimizing these. But it's very fickle. It can change from week to week on how well it does. But the good thing is you have this total column, and that's what you can look at. So this one right here that we're paused right now has a $3.29 ROAS. So that one's popping really well. I'll show you one that's really popping though. We had to pause it a little bit, but we've spent 1,700 to make 3,700 for this one. And so $2.34 ROAS, but it's driven 3,634 clicks in a month and a half. And so it's driving mad volume to our listings, which Amazon loves. And so you can see we have quite a few of these. This is the Google page. And then you can come over here. This is our Facebook page. We don't have a lot of Facebook running because you can see right here, our ROAS was 0.65, just really low. And we've doubled it almost to 1.05, but Facebook is just a lot lower. And we're not as focused on this one, as you can see, but it still works. It's still there. And then this is our blog. So our blog, we were doing about 19,000 a quarter to make 85,000. That doesn't seem like a lot, but it's external traffic, and that's what you got to remember. and 22% ACOS, 4.49 ROAS. Now, FDA came in, we had to make some changes to our blog, and unfortunately it's not doing what it did, but we're still driving $15,000 worth of traffic per quarter to our blog to get the email, to build the list, to make 35,000 in Amazon sales. This is nothing compared to the sales that our Amazon PPC makes, but it's invaluable because it creates that moat around your business. It's so valuable. All right, let's see. Where am I? Okay. Polly asks, have you tried running anything from TikTok with Amazon attribution? No, I have not. Now you have something planted in my brain, and now I want to try it because TikTok's insane right now. I had TikTok for 5 minutes, and then I realized how much of a time suck it was, so I had to actually delete it from my phone. Herdy says, I tried already to protect my brand, and it's really expensive. I have a lot of competition who are bidding high on my items. Is it worth to spend so much to protect my items? It's all about your targets. So that is why I love 12 packs or 6 packs, because you can bid so much and protect your items. But yes, it does make it more difficult if you're in a competitive space. So that is a call that a business owner has to make if they feel like it's worth it. Do I feel like it's worth it? Yes, I do. I do, because the brands that are going to get on there then are going to have to pay a lot more to be on my listing. All right. Jordan posted the group. I also posted the group. Patrick says, thanks for the replies. Some follow-ups. Wow, 4-question follow-up. Do you evaluate your Google campaigns on Google, not showing conversions, or on Amazon attribution? So you check both of them. So my team member goes in, checks last week's Google spend in Google, and checks the sales from Amazon attribution in Campaign Manager, and then puts it in the tracking sheet for me to analyze. Second question, do you adjust Google Ads bidding on a keyword level? Yes. After some time, or turn off some keywords within the ad group and give a higher budget to the good ones. So that's the tricky part with this, is just because it's driving clicks, you don't know if it's good or not. So the more granular you can get, the fewer keywords, the better, but it takes more time to do that. And so we just go for volume. But if you can individualize it to one keyword or one search term per campaign, you're going to get better results because you're going to be able to turn them up and down more, but it's going to just take more time to build out more campaigns. So that's why I like to just put a bunch in there, but you don't really know which ones are working and which ones are not. You just know which ones are getting clicks, and that's it. If you find a good Google campaign, for how long do they usually perform? I have some campaigns. Let me just look real quick. I have a campaign that has been running for a long, long time. Let me see my oldest campaign. It was actually my very first one I ever made. So it's funny because if you think about it, if that very first one didn't work, like where would we be? Like I wouldn't have even discovered this strategy. But I've had this one running. Oh, let's see. I don't even know how to tell. I can tell you it has driven over 200,000 clicks, 4 million impressions. It's spent over $70,000. I want to say November 2017. Let me see if it's in settings. So we're going on 5 years. Yeah, Google doesn't really tell you. September of 2017. So it did tell me. September of 2017 is my very first one I ever ran. So September 2017. So they go forever. Since you create a lot of clicks with low conversions, does it happen that you screw your overall conversion in Amazon and decrease organic rank? So yes, it does decrease your conversion rate, but Amazon loves external traffic so much. And so as long as you're getting some conversions, 1 to 3%, I'm pretty sure Amazon's algorithm, I don't know this, but Amazon's algorithm is probably smart enough to know that external traffic converts at a lower rate. And so they probably have that also kind of figured into your rank score. So they probably say, okay, Facebook ad traffic that comes to an Amazon listing usually converts around 1%. This person's getting 1.5%. So that's pretty good. Let's rank them higher. That's just that is not proven. That is just me talking. We have an average conversion rate of 40%. So it's a big decrease if the Google Ads clicks. So the ones I showed you in the presentation, 3 products that were between 45 and 50, and then 2 products that were in the 30s, that is with sending a ton of external traffic to those products. So they're still converting at a high rate and it's not penalizing us. All right, Adam, you put the group in. Thank you. Oh, I put the group in. Thank you. Steven, if you want to ask your question, oh, that's the director. Yeah, you guys can come on live if you want. All right, so Rob says, in summary, you advise slightly higher price to absorb ads, drive traffic with a 50% off coupon on blog. Yeah, so when I launch a product, I don't start with a low price. I start with the price that I want to be at in the end, and I put a massive coupon on it. And the reason is because it's a lot easier to take off a coupon and lower that coupon price than it is to just raise your price to where you want it to be, because you lose the buy box if you start out at 15 and you want to raise it to 30. So the eyelid wipes that I showed you guys, we started at $30 or started at 15 and raised it slowly to 30. Whereas then we released another eyelid wipe and we started at 30 with a big coupon. And it was a lot easier because to raise your price to 30, you're going to have to wait because you lose the buy box with every price increase that you do if it's too much. And so I like to start out where I want to be, high end, more superior product, more premium product with a big coupon. Have you tested coupon codes versus coupons? I hate coupon codes with a passion. They're so clunky to set up. And I've lost so much money with coupon codes because I had a coupon code stack once. I just love coupons. They're simple. They're not hard to get around. If you want to make a landing page where they have to opt in to get the coupon, do that, but then just send them to the Amazon listing and say, clip the coupon. And don't have to give them a coupon code. Customers don't like coupon codes. They're just annoying. So that's just, I haven't tested it, no, because I hate coupon codes or promotional codes or what they're called on Amazon. Rob says, have you tested the same tactics to a landing page to grab emails for a coupon code? Yeah, so I just explained that. So yeah, do it without a coupon code. Just do it with a coupon. And so make them enter their email address for 50% off your eyelid wipes, and then just send them to the listing and say the coupon's right on the listing. You can even explain it on the thank you page of just go to the listing, clip the coupon, and then buy. Polly asks, when doing massive coupons at the launch phase, do you still get your reviews verified? Yes, we do. And so we ran, I'll just show you this one. Let me pull it up. So this is our Facebook group, Amazon PPC Pros. So our eyelid wipes, this one right here, again, we have no coupon running on this right now because we're low on stock. But this product, we ran a 50% off coupon for 2 years until we got to 1,000 reviews. Now, how do you get reviews? Reviews come from one thing, sales velocity. The more sales you get, the more you're going to get reviews. And so when you have 0 reviews, you have to incentivize the person to buy. Now, I'm not using the word incentivize in the Amazon sense against TOS. What I'm saying is when I'm on your listing with 0 reviews and your competitor is advertising right down here or right down here, then why should I choose you with 0 reviews when your competitor has 5,000? Because you have a 50% off coupon. I'm willing to try you for that. So incentivize the review or incentivize the purchase by putting a big coupon on it. So that's what we do for launch. I hope that made sense. I think I answered the question. I kind of got on a tangent there. Yeah. Coupon codes run the risk of human error. It's easy just to manage the coupons. Yes, exactly, Jordan. All right, Bo says, hi, Travis. Any suggestions on how to capture the spots in the compare with similar items on listing detail page? Make sales. And so those are kind of like the bought this or frequently bought together area. If they've noticed that this is getting bought and then this is getting bought too, and the same customers bought both of those, then they're going to start doing the compare thing. Well, hey, Josh, you coming in? Maybe. All right, Janelle, but if you do a greater than 30% discount on your coupon, can they still leave a review? Not on a promotional code, as far as I know, a promotional code, but a coupon is fine. We've never had a problem with coupons. Not a coupon code, not a promotional code, but a coupon. You're welcome, Janelle. All right. Do you mean discover similar items? The compare with similar items, it's like past the description. I love how people just keep popping on and then they pop off. Let me show. So way down here. So you have this frequently bought together. Obviously that's frequently bought together. And I don't know this for sure, but I believe that the compare with items, compare with similars, and of course it's not showing up right now. It's not that. You can actually make this on your A+ content if you didn't know that. It's called a standard comparison chart. You can put all your items on there to take up even more real estate. There's a hack for you. Yeah, it's not showing up here today. Let me try my other one. I think it might have been on my other one. Let's scroll down. So frequently bought together. Ooh, enemy territory coming in. Right here. So compare with similar items. And so most likely this is because a customer bought all of these together. So these two are ours as well. And so that's how you get in the compare with similar items. It's kind of like a frequently bought together again. David asks, you mentioned that you're also a reseller of a brand. Without knowing how broad your reselling is, how do you run ads or PPC for those listings too? No different really. Most of the things that we resell, we just do on our website. But if we do resell on Amazon, it's no different strategy. Your margins just are a little thinner. And so your ACOS target's going to be a little lower following the break-even ACOS that I talked about earlier. Joshua says, hey, Travis, did you know that a PPC click view doesn't actually count as a session for the unit session percentage metric? I'd have to look at that in my report to see what you're talking about. But no, I did not know that. Rob says, Travis, I totally get your coupon code biased, but I run ads for content, then offer a coupon for a percentage off. It works without globally giving all customers the X off. How would you do it? I would do, like I said earlier, just the coupon. So get a coupon by putting in your email, and then on the thank you, just say the coupon, click this link, and the coupon will be on the listing. Just click to clip it on Amazon. Would you still do a massive, Boaz asks, would you still do a massive discount if you are launching a variation? Depends on the variation. So I'm not a big fan of variations because variations take a lot of time and just as much effort to launch. They're not going to increase your revenue. I'm a bigger fan of creating it as another product. It just depends on the product though. Like our sunglasses, we have black, brown, purple, blue, yellow, like these. The black sells the best, and then the colors just kind of they do okay. But yeah, you can try it, but if you're going to do a massive discount, then do it as a completely separate listing. I think I caught up. Am I missing something? If you use coupons your way, everybody gets the discount. Yeah, everybody gets it. Doesn't matter. You're just asking for an email. You're not missing anything, Rob. It's when they're away from Amazon and they're on your content, and you ask them to put an email in to get a coupon, it literally is on the Amazon listing. Everybody can get it. But I'll use a promo code if you want to keep it exclusive, but I like to keep it simple. I don't care if it's on the listing. Everybody can use it. Doesn't matter if they come from the link. Doesn't matter if they put in their email address, but you're guiding them to your listing by them putting in your email, them putting in the email address. All right, got it. Good. They can only redeem it once every 90 days. So yeah, that's a good point Adam just brought up. Coupons can only be redeemed once every 90 days. So if you have a consumable and they're coming back to purchase every 30 days, they won't see that coupon code until their fourth time purchasing it. So the first time they come back again, purchase it full price, and then they come back again to purchase it later, and then they'll see the coupon. But here's the cool part. They usually subscribe by that time. And if they're a subscriber, they don't get the coupon at all because it just comes. They don't even look at your listing. They have to go back in and look at your listing to get the coupon. And where's my phone? My phone's over there. But when you go to rebuy on Amazon, if you're in your orders area and there's a buy it again button, it does not take you to the listing. You don't see the coupons. When I reorder my stuff on Amazon, I do it through Alexa, and I do it through just my orders page on my app. So I go to my orders page and I just click buy it again, and it puts it right in the cart. I don't go to the page, see the coupon, and clip the coupon again. It's just not worth my time. And then same thing when I order from Alexa, it doesn't clip a coupon. She just doesn't. Boaz says, if other variations are not doing well, ranking wise, but have 500 reviews and you have a variation you think would do better, would you still not like to launch the new variation that is expected to do better? Yeah, I would. Yeah, it's all about trial and error. That's what this whole business is there's no cookie cutter approach. My strategy that I went over today works well for my business. It worked well for our agency to grow that, but it might not work for your business. It just depends on what you sell. And it depends if you're building a true brand or you're just selling plastic widgets. I'm very against selling plastic widgets from China. I'm very for building a brand, building something that is sellable, building something that is a castle, is you can build a moat around it. You can't build a moat around plastic widgets from China because the manufacturer can just undercut you. Whereas we formulate our products, we find products that are innovative. And is it a lot more work? Yes, because you have to get testing done and everything. But I believe in building a brand. And if you're not building a brand, you won't be around for long because there's always going to be somebody that's going to be undercutting you. I showed you our price is triple the price of our biggest competitor, and we still sell a lot per day against that price because we've built a brand, we've built an audience. And so that's what I'm a big fan of. And we build an audience doing this exact strategy. Do you set the coupon for only one per customer? Yes. Not for only Prime members. I do it for anybody. I do it for one redemption per customer. Yes. Cool. If anybody wants to jump on stage with me, come on board. I'll put the bonus again, because the chat's kind of gotten a little filled, to say the least. I'll put the bonuses. Hey, thanks, Polly. Make sure you vote for me tomorrow. Vote for the pineapple. Pineapple. Hence the pineapple. I just actually put this up before this presentation, so my team was with me when we got it. Bo says, what kind of advertising budget do you have to protect your listing that sell really well already? I don't have a budget because our ROAS is where we want it to be. We uncapped our budget probably about a year ago. I have the philosophy of, if you're trying to maintain, it depends on like where you're at with that listing. If you're just trying to maintain rankings, usually I recommend about a 15% tacos on that. So you're taking, let's say that product makes $100,000 a month, take 15,000 for your budget for advertising. If you're trying to push it, I'll push that up to about 20%. It's very aggressive, but very doable. If you're trying to go for profitability, I'll push that tacos down to 10%. So $100,000 product, budget 10,000. We went uncapped once, it's probably about almost a year and a half ago now. Once we stabilized our systems in PPC, we were able to relax in the numbers, because relaxing in the numbers is just, we know the exact ACOS we need to go after, 10% above break even, to maintain a great profit margin and to maintain our rankings. And so we've been able to relax. We've pushed it higher. We've pushed it 40% above. We've pushed it 10% under, but 10% over has been our sweet spot. And it's allowed us to relax in the numbers and never put a budget on our advertising, just because we know that we'll be profitable in the long run. What total ACOS figures do you usually get? Depends on how crazy we're going, but 15% is a good aggressive one to go after. I think we're at, let me look overall. So this is my overall tacos, and you guys are gonna be like, this guy's crazy, because we're in customer acquisition mode. So customer acquisition mode, we're willing to break even completely across the entire business to get new customers in the door, because we know they'll come back to purchase more. So our tacos, as we speak, is, it's not too bad. It's 31%. So 31%, but it was as high as, let me look, last quarter, we were up to 42% and 41%. So, but like I said, we're at a little different situation than most people. We are in a situation where I was acquired last June by a bigger company. They have the EBITDA to support growth. And so we're pretty much at a point now where we're just trying to acquire as many new clients as possible. And so we don't care about profit right now because we know our sale date is in the future. And so we're trying to break even. So that 40% tacos is extremely high, but it's getting us new clients at a massive rate and new customers. And it's allowing us to really take over the Amazon space as a result, get new emails and everything. Now, I've toned that down a little bit since then. And what did I say? We're now at, let's see, this last week we were at 30%. So we're now sitting around 20 to 30%, but we're still being pretty aggressive. All right. Okay. Ooh, a lot of questions just came in. You mentioned going really hard. Joshua asked, you mentioned going really hard on your product page multipliers to really own the moat. Do you still get these figures when going so hard? Yeah, because the profit margin is so big on those. And so what those are good for is pushing your competitors off the page. But what it's also good for is that you can be there and some people are coming back to buy that product again. They'll see that and they'll be like, oh, I can get a 6-pack and it's at a discount. So if I have a 3-pack, I discount it by pricing it 2.25x the 1-pack price, 2.25. That's a 3-pack. A 6-pack, we price at 4. So it's buy 4, get 2 free. So when you price it like that, it makes it more appealing to go. All right. William says, hey, Travis, great information. I appreciate the time spent after your presentation. You're welcome. Did you stay on with your company after selling as a requirement of the sale? And are you going to start new Amazon brands in the future? Yeah, great question, William. We made the Inc. 5000 fastest growing companies list in 2020. And when that happens, you get a lot of inquiries about buying your business. And we had inquiry after inquiry. So what I did is I made a cookie cutter email response that said, this is what we want for our business. This is the multiple. This is our EBITDA. We want to stay on for 3 years and we want an earnout. And we literally sent that back to everyone. And everybody laughed at us because it was not a small ask. And finally, somebody said yes. And we ended up making the deal. And we're going to stay on until at least the end of 2023. And we have, an earnout potential in the future as well. And then they may even keep me on until 2025. It just depends. So they're definitely keeping the agency on because the agency took over all their brands. So will I start any Amazon brands in the future? I don't consider anything I start Amazon brands. I consider what I build are brands. I prefer to build an audience first. We're actually in the process of building a brand right now. And we're in the audience building stage with no desire to come out with a product anytime soon. Maybe 5 years before we come out with a product. We're just going to serve an audience for 5 years because we can. So we have this as our business, the agency, and our I Love brand that we're focusing on. And we're just doing that on the side. And so we'll build that up. And then we might build another brand inside the agency just to kind of have a how to build a brand type of lesson that you guys can get when you're clients of ours or something like that. So a lot going on, but focus is I Love in the agency. And I have a great team in the agency that I can free myself up to do things like this. This is my job as the CEO. This is your job as the CEO, is to find who's that can take your business to the next level. And so my who's are people like Kevin King, getting relationships with them and a couple other people here in Austin, and then getting on stages like this. So that's my job as the agency owner and CEO. And then my team executes really well. We have a team of about 6 of us now, 7 counting me. So your job as CEO and owner is you need to figure out the what and not the how. So what is going to get you to your vision and who can get there, and then let the who figure out the how, if that makes sense. All right. Josh says, thanks, Travis. I very much appreciate you checking live now to get me really accurate answers. Yeah, you're welcome. I think I did it. Brian says, thank you, Travis. Great insight. Thanks, Travis. Rob. Yep. Mauricio says, should we focus PPC on the smaller or larger variant, whichever one sells better? So whichever one gets more sales, has a better review count, better conversion rate, everything. Janelle says, that's awesome, Pineapple team. Huge congrats. Thanks, Janelle. And this guy knows how to do it right. Not without fault. So I built I Love on the back of my wife and I, and it was very hard to delegate tasks off. And it took a lot to get it off our plate. Whereas in the agency, we built right away with my team taking it and running with it. I still do some things. I do videos and like I said, this, but, and kind of oversee the strategy, but they're in the weeds every day. They're 100% Amazon PPC. They know more than I do now, and they just make me look good by telling me what to say. So it's a team effort, that's for sure. All right, we have 5 minutes left. Any other questions? I'll answer questions about anything. Doesn't have to be about PPC. Josh says, if you wanted to work for 3 more years in the business, what was it that made you decide to sell? That is a great question. So it was our why. So our why is to help 1 million dry eye sufferers heal their dry eye naturally. Now, we're not allowed to say that anymore in public. I consider this private, but the FDA says we're not allowed to say that anymore. But our mission was to heal 1 million dry eye sufferers naturally. We know that if we hit 1 million dry eye sufferers and get them on our products, that's a $100 million company, because our lifetime value, it's more than $100, but it's around there. So 1 million sufferers, $100 lifetime value. It's more than that. It's actually around 300, but to be safe, 100. That's a $100 million business. Now, the reason we sold is because the company that bought us is an eye care aggregator. So the aggregator is the sexy word in the space now. They're not an aggregator in the sense they just buy Amazon businesses. They're an aggregator in the space they buy eye care businesses. And so they buy eye care companies and help scale those. They built their business on a direct-to-doctor model. So they're in doctors' offices all across the United States. They've been doing it for 17 years. So they're in a lot of doctors' offices. We built ours on direct-to-consumer. And so our weakness is their strength, and their weakness is our strength. So when they brought us on, they're going to take our products to the doctors with their sales force of 48 people. We've already taken over their direct-to-consumer side. They're Amazon mostly right now, and they haven't let us start to touch their websites yet, but we do their Amazon for them. So our weakness was their strength. Their weakness was our strength. So combined, it's not 1 + 1 = 2. It's 1 + 1 = 10. And so the CEO is someone that's taken an 8-figure company and made it into a multi-9-figure company. Nature's Way is actually the name of the company. You guys have probably heard of it. It's in retailers across the world. And so seeing that, getting on board with that, it got me really excited, and it got my wife really excited. And it allowed us to take chips off the table. We're both doctors. We had almost $500,000 in student loan debt. It's gone now. And so that feels good. It allows us to free up our minds. We had over $400,000 in SBA loans from the business. It's gone. So we're debt free now, and it frees your mind up to focus on bigger things. And so we wanted to take some chips off the table, but we saw it as an opportunity to get to our why faster, which is healing 1 million dry eye sufferers naturally. Hope that answers your question. Okay. What size brands does Pineapple work with? Great question. Bigger the better, of course, because you have more PPC budget to play with. We recommend to hire us, be doing at least $25,000 a month, preferably $50,000 a month, but $25,000 will start with you. We wouldn't start DSP with you until you're at about $50,000 to $100,000 a month, though. And then this strategy, it's usually, we tend to put this in once we've maximized your Amazon PPC. Because when we come in, what we find most of the time is Amazon PPC. You guys hear so many different strategies out there for Amazon PPC that it's kind of a mess in there, and not in a bad way necessarily, but it can record. If we do our structure and our SOP, we can usually scale your Amazon PPC. And then after we scale your Amazon PPC, if we have budget left over, we then will add DSP and then Google ads and then Facebook ads. And so it's kind of a step process that we do. PPC is by far, it's 80% of our advertising spend. The things I showed you today with the Facebook and Google, it's a small part of our spend, but it still boosts a lot of traffic and rankings as a result. And so really make sure that, $25,000 a month in sales. Yeah. Thank you. So yeah, we did come up with, it used to be $50,000 a month in sales minimum, but we actually, with our system being so tight now, $25,000 in sales, we tried it out with a couple clients and it worked really well. So we've lowered it to $25,000 a month in spend. And right now, you can apply to work with us on our website, but we're not taking new clients currently, but we can put you on a wait list, and we'd be more than happy to talk to you and lead you to your next steps. The reason is because we're just onboarding some new team members. Everybody that works for the Pineapple team has their own brand, and they're building their own brand separately. A lot of people might think that's a turnoff for you, but they're in the weeds for their own brand, building that up, and they're just getting started, or they're still young, or they're still new in their business development. And so we wanted to get entrepreneurs that thought like entrepreneurs and brand owners. But yeah, I'll put the application page on there as well. That for you all. And then our free training is on that page as well. So like I said, I'm very biased, but our free Amazon PPC course is better than most paid courses out there. How often would I do SEO and keyword research for your listing? Oh, not as much as I should probably. SEO is pretty important. I'm a very ads-based person though, and SEO can take a while sometimes. It's really, really useful. If you guys have never listened to the PPC Den podcast with Michael Erickson, I think, Ad Badger software. We don't use Ad Badger, but he's done a great series on SEO with my Amazon guy, Steve something. And if you want to work on SEO, just go through that training. It's like 5 podcast episodes, and it's pretty amazing. And Josh says, thanks very much. Yeah, you're welcome, Josh. And then I just put the link to apply to work with us. It's just an application. You just fill it out, hit submit, and then we get back to you. That comes directly to me. Josh says, my business partner and I have just tried and watched the Badger ad yesterday. Yeah, Ad Badger, it's a good software. It's not one that we use anymore. We did use it in the past, but they're a good software. We use Quartile in the agency. Quartile has been a game changer for us as far as buttoning up systems. Some people hate it, but usually I find the people that hate it, I'm sorry if you didn't like it, don't have a brand. And so if you're building a brand and building something bigger than just selling products on Amazon, Quartile is amazing for that. There's a reason that Thrasio uses Quartile. And that's how I got turned on to it, is when I found out and learned, when I talked to Thrasio for a while, learned that they were using Quartile, and then went through some training with Quartile. And yeah, we developed a whole system around it, and it works really well. If you guys want an introduction to Quartile, just let me know. Reach out to my email address. I'll put it one more time in the bottom of the chat so you guys have it. Be afraid to reach out. That's my direct email, if I can spell it right, profitablepineapple.com. Yeah, you guys can email me. We are dwindling down. In brief, what's my Quartile strategy? All right. So briefly summarizing my Quartile strategy. Don't let Quartile run wild. Quartile will spend an enormous amount of budget. So you need to have a budget, first of all, a budget that you're comfortable with spending a day, because they will spend the whole thing, especially when you hit the launch button. Yeah, it is a loaded question, Jordan. Number 2, negative keywords. So negative phrase keywords. I'm not talking about nitty gritty keywords. Like if you sell a foot cream, a negative phrase keyword would be hand, because you don't want to show up for hand cream. So a negative phrase list, and upload those to all the campaigns that Quartile launches with. Broad, phrase, and auto. You don't have to worry about exact. But budget, negative keywords. When they hit the launch button, make sure those negative keywords are in there. That's the biggest key to Quartile and getting it off the ground. After that, it's all about finding out what words you're ranking for that you're not advertising for. Reverse ACE and lookups with Cerebro. We use Cerebro by Helium 10, and starting to advertise for those. Defensive ads that I talked about earlier, and going after that. Break-even ACOS, which I talked about earlier in the presentation. Make sure you raise your ACOS that you're targeting to what you're comfortable with going after. That's my brief Quartile strategy. We actually did have a paid course around that. It's closed right now because we are so focused. We've onboarded so many clients this year, and that's why we're not taking clients right now, but we have a waiting list, is that we're trying to keep our systems intact while not growing just to grow. Because again, we have brand owners that are taking over your accounts, and the last thing we want is for you to not get a good experience. And so we're just really limiting how many people we're working with. And so that's why we closed down the mastermind and the course right now. But it might be back in the future, but just not right now. I hope that was enough to whet your palate with Quartile and yeah, help you out. Cool. And if you have any other questions, just reach out. I'd be happy to share. All right. I'm going to pull this slide up one more time while I wait for Steven to come back on. Oh, nope, I closed my slides. Oh, there it is. Here is, I'll just pull this up. Oh, if I can find it. There you go. There is the bonuses, profitablepineapple.com/bonus has a replay of what I just did. It also has the tracking spreadsheet, talking notes, slides. So you can actually, I already see somebody in here looking at the slides with me. And then it also has the video accompanying it, and then has some presentations I've done in the past at things like SellerCon and PPC Summit. Some other presentations are in there too.